Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 quarterfinals game between Australia and Philippines. Australia beat Philippines 84-60. Philippines coach Tim Cohn and Kevin Kiambao have joined us. So may I ask to switch off your mobile phones? The press conference will be conducted in English. Coach Tim, can you give us your thoughts about the game?
Well, it wasn't the performance we were hoping for, that's for sure. I've mixed emotions. I really like our team. I like the way we play. I really like our team. I like the way we play. I like the togetherness. They're all good guys, and they're easy to coach. But didn't like our performance tonight. I didn't think we stepped up as much as we wanted to. No doubt the Australian athleticism and length, even though you see it on video, when you get up there and start playing against it and on the court, you realize that they're very superior. And so we just had a hard time staying in front of them. We had a hard time challenging their threes, and they moved the ball really well, and they got up shots quick. They played a really good pace. We were trying to keep it at a slower pace, but we just didn't have enough discipline to do that throughout the game. And they also did a great job on Justin, defending Justin, limiting him to only 7 shots. And so, tournament is over for us, and in the big scheme of things, we're not pleased with what happened. But like I said, this is a great team to be around, and I'm really proud and honored to be on this team and with these guys. But tonight was not a good performance for us.
Thank you. Kevin, also give us your comments about the game.
We're having a hard time executing our system, and we couldn't buy a basket. So, yeah, it's a great learning experience for us. We will carry this over onto the next one on November. So, yep.
Thank you. I will now give floor to the media to ask questions in English. I want to ask them first to state their name and the media company they're representing. First question.
Rowan Hamdan from الشرق الأوسط newspaper. First of all, I want to congratulate you, coach, and all the Philippines team for the great tournament that you did, all the games. And I want to know, did you, after coaching Australian team, as you said, after the Saudi game directly, did you see that they are superior, as you said, in the defensive side? What did you do to manage to keep that out of them?
Well, we tried to do some things, but it didn't work for us. We tried to try to keep the game under a certain type of tempo. We tried to get it into more of an execution type game rather than an up and down, and they just overwhelmed that idea. We couldn't do it, and so at some point we tried to match them pace for pace, and they just overwhelmed us. So. Again, they started off real well, made their first 3 threes, and jumped on a lead, and we played from our heels the rest of the game. So it's always tough to be in that situation. And but I think that we could have played better, and we didn't tonight.
Next question.
Coach Tim, Enzo from FIBA Asia. Kevin did mention that the next time you'll potentially meet Australia will be in the qualifiers for the next World Cup. What do you think will it take for Gilas to eventually have a breakthrough against Australia, especially since, like I said, we're grouped with them? Is it a matter of personnel, preparation time, or something else completely?
Well, like I said, I just don't think we played all that well tonight, and I got to give them the credit because they imposed their will on us, and we've got to figure out a way to get to overcome that at this point. we put this team together for the long term and trying to get them to grow together and get better. And if we're going to just go ahead and change personnel, then we're all back to zero again. So, we're going to use this and try to make some adjustments. Hopefully we get, the big missing piece for us is Kai Soto. And hopefully we get Kai, and that makes us a little bit more competitive. But at this point, it's really too early to look, and say, well, this is what we need at this point. We got to really digest this. We got to look at video. We got to see what's going on, and go forward.
Next question.
روان حمدان from الشرق الأوسط newspaper. Kevin, my question will be for you. Almost all the game, the gap between you and Australia was 20 points, and this gap could be closed with some of the threes. Did you believe at that time that you really could overcome the top seed in the tournament?
For this game, I think right from the start, they were having a run. They got 3 early 3-pointers. So we're having a hard time catching up. And then, the system was not there. Our shots was not falling. So for me, as a young gun here, as much as I want is to execute the system, follow the game plan, but it didn't work the whole game. So yeah, on to the next one, and we will keep our heads high for this one.
Last question.
Saleh Farid from Arab News. Coach, today the shooting game was really bad. Even Justin missed so many shots. What happened?
Australia happened. Again, they defended extremely well. They're very, very athletic. They're quick to the ball. A couple of times when we were able to actually get by guys, they were able to collapse and get a block shot. We weren't getting the ball inside, and so we tried to live off the perimeter, and that's never going to be that successful. You're going to live totally off the perimeter, then you're not, you're just relying on trying to shoot the ball well. And sometimes you shoot them well, sometimes you shoot it don't. And today we didn't. But again, they were on every one of our shots. But I don't want to make excuses, but we're not the only team this happens to when you play Australia. It's not the only team. So we'll see what, and again, we've got them coming up again in the World Cup qualifiers. They're in our bracket. So we've got to figure out some things still ahead of us.
Thank you, Coach Tim. Thank you, Kevin. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be back soon with Australia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Magna.
Magnay?
Magnay. Yeah.
Magnai.
Magna. It's not Magnai.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Australia's coach, Adam Caphorn, and Will Magnay. Coach Adam, would you like to give us your comments about the game?
My comment really is I'm just really proud of how we defended and rebounded for that game to keep them to 60. And obviously we were under siege in some moments, but we just rallied on the defensive end and had great effort on the boards, led by Will here, of course. Yeah, so really, really proud of that, and it's what we're trying to be about, so very happy.
Thank you. Will, can you give us your comments?
Similar, I think we came out with the right intent. The rebounding was a big thing for us. They still got 10, but we ended up winning by almost 21. So that's good for us, and there's still a lot of learning we can take from it and heading into a semi-final. But I think that gives a bit of confidence knowing that we can really step up when we put our minds to it.
Thank you. I will now give the floor to the media to ask questions in English. A reminder to state your full name and the media company you're representing.
Rohan Hamdan from الشرق الأوسط newspaper. First of all, many congratulations for the win, coach in Magnai. It was a great game. Philippines fight as much as they can, and almost all the game, the gap was 20 points. Do you think that Australia is unbeatable in the defensive side in this tournament?
No one's unbeatable. And I think there's a lot of very good teams in this tournament. We had a very good start. Like our defense in the first quarter, I thought was very good. And we made threes, and that combination put a gap in there. And then I just thought our grit and poise kept it. So yeah, proud of our defense, and no one's unbeatable. And we're humble enough to know that. Been looking forward to the next game.
Next question.
Rohan Hamdan from الشرق الأوسط newspaper. Coach, the least gap that was between you and a team in this tournament so far now was against Lebanon with 13 points, and you might face them in the semifinals. How do you think that game will be?
Very tough. Anyone we play, the games have all been difficult. We've been able to separate, but they've all been difficult, and we've been challenged, and I'm really proud of our resilience. But this semi-final and final, we expect to be very difficult games, and we're excited for them. Yeah, whoever we play.
Next question.
Will, first of all, did you come into this FIBA Asia Cup feeling a little bit more responsibility as one of the senior players, having played at the Olympics? And also, if you could just comment on how is Australia able to get these incredible starts to games where you almost make it an impossible mountain to climb for the opponent?
I guess coming into the Asia Cup, Capes was pretty big with me on leadership and stepping up, and then I was voted captain, so that kind of puts you immediately into a leadership role, and just learning my way through it. And still, I'm not the best at it, but I just try and lead by example, and go out there, put my body on the line. If I can do it, everyone should be able to do it, type of thing. And I think we're starting on point, and the combination of size and athleticism with our starting group, and then our ability to run in transition, really, I think can catch teams off guard, which I think we've been doing early. And then Jalen's just been shooting the hell out of the ball, so that's been awesome for him and awesome for us. But we're getting good looks early, and then like Cape says, we got a good sort of amount of resilience to catch their runs early and try and kill them, and then just continue to keep that separation. And Lebanon gave us a good run the other day, so that'll be an interesting matchup again. And looking forward to who we face in the semis.
Next question.
Coach, do you think you can make it third year in a row?
Of course we can, but it's going to be very difficult. And right now, semi-final is all we're thinking about. And we're excited for that. Very difficult tournament. And the level of play from my experience, it's just going up, and the gap in world basketball is getting smaller and smaller everywhere. It's a fun thing to be part of. And I'd just like to add, Will is very good at being captain.
Next question.
Hi, Coach. Enzo from FIBA Asia.
Hi, Enzo.
You mentioned a while ago that no one's unbeatable. But so far, you have been across the different Asia Cups since 2017 up until right now. So if my math is mathing, you're 16-0 in the Asia Cup as the Boomers. Is that something that factors into your mentality or mindset at all? Do you guys talk about it, or is it completely absent from whatever you guys are talking about, thinking about as a team?
The main thing we've spoken about is how privileged we are to be part of an Australian national team and part of the great culture of the Boomers, and that is something that lifts us up. It's not a weight. You know, we didn't come here thinking that we can't lose a game. We could, like, these games are difficult. Anything can happen. And you just got to be excited for that and be on the attack and have a goal, not playing not to lose. And I think that's evident in this team. Their spirit is high. Our culture is really strong. It lifts us up and we're excited to play. And then the semi-final is going to be really difficult, and we want that.
Do we have more questions?
Well, you play a lot of basketball throughout the year. You know, you go to the Olympics, and you have the big domestic season. I remember Luis Scola once saying that he likes to play in the summers with Argentina because it keeps him in shape. I mean, are you ever tempted just to kind of like put your feet up for a few weeks and not do anything, or is it really necessary for you to come out and be a part of this national team program at a competition like this?
Funny you ask. I actually told Capes no when he first asked me. And I think maybe an hour or 2 hours later, I texted him, actually, no, I'm in. Putting on a jersey with your country's name on it and then representing your family on the back, there's no greater honor in basketball and in sport, I believe. And just being able to go out there and do my best for my country and represent my family and my friends the right way as many times as I can in my career. I'm going to keep putting my hand up to do it. So although it is a big year and I can be tired at times, Capes has been pretty good with take a light practice if you want. Like, we know you're a bit tired, coming straight from summer league and, lots of things going on. But the honor is huge always to represent your country, and to be a captain of it too is an amazing honor for me.
Thank you, Coach Adam. Thank you, Will McNay. The post-game press conference is officially over. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.